And a legendary player in his own right. You played World Cups for both England and Ireland, didn't you? You actually played 2 World. Markader, it's good to see him back playing the fastest ever to 100 T20 international wickets. There's that ball in again, but uses the swing nicely, takes a big hefty swing, and that's away.
Trying to hit the batter's pads, and you know, as I said, he's going to get the odd ball wrong.
This one swung away. Looked for Manula Gurbaz.
That is some swing in this second one.
This one far there, comes in his second over. You were talking about the Irish cricket, but what would the remnant?
So in terms of a team gains confidence by winning games, and I think, you know, India are bar not the spin. It looks a good pitch. It's a small ground here, Brady. It's not a huge playing these two.
Again the swing, and this one's broken through.
Sort of a vision of how much moisture there might be still in that pitch, because he's backed away and lost the footing there.
This one down leg, another wide ball. Wider and punished. Thrashed.
Yeah, there's just too many freebies here. I mean, it's one of the features of the 100 this year has been how many no balls have been bowled, and coming into this, it's
this one. Well, that's going to go away.
Well, he's given runs. I mean, it looked as and just got enough on it. Yeah, there was a bit of bat then the start from Afghanistan in terms of the way they've gone about things. But they'd be really happy with this.
Oh, this is launched in the slot, and it goes all the.
We've talked about this length he's got to bowl, because if you go full, even if you back here, and we're looking for him to make this adjustment and you know, just try and hit the.
Little wider, straight down the ground again. This will be 4.
A tiny bit of variable bounce at that end, but they really look like this is with 6 bowler being sort of part-timers, probably being batting all right.
Bilateral series. This one goes high. An opportunity, perhaps. Ireland make the breakthrough as Markader gets under a skied ball.
He's still kept trying to swing the ball. He's kept trying to bowl for his Markader, because he's got a great pair of hands. It looked like a little bit of you or me.
Siddiqullah Attal, very dangerous left-handed batter.
A bit harder at the top.
This is nicely pulled. It's just in front of square, and managing to just squeeze it in front of Byron McDonough, who was
gets in the power play. He possibly didn't get that bouncer high enough.
A little wider from Mundra, but it's nicely driven.
Like this type of bowling might go for a few runs. He's obviously a sort of slight.
That's going to be worked away beautifully for 4. Tickled fine. Attal with another boundary.
That was very nicely played. Just eased up. Is going to go for 4 down to that very short boundary towards the clubhouse here at Brady.
Got to appreciate the finesse. This one is lofted, and that's going to go all the way. It's dropped in the crowd. Siddiqullah Attal.
Well, Attal is showing us everything he's got. His short ball beautifully as well. It's a forced to change in the field with Andy Balbirnie coming out to extra.
Short ball pulled away, finds the gap. Good shot. Excellent from Zadran. Linchpin at the top for Afghanistan, and that was very nicely played.
Yeah, just the wrists, and he knows exactly where those two feel. Whereas I think T20 oftentimes people go so hard they actually misjudge it.
Unbelievably large in the coast province there, which is 15 international soil for a number of reasons, but you know, as that's flicked away very elegantly, and great timing.
Callets, I'm not sure he anticipated where that ball was likely to go in a great delivery, but as it was a leg stump half volley, helped into the leg side.
Oh, great drift, but look at the response from Zadran, hammered away.
He played the riskier shot because then he knew the young leg spinner would go fuller.
Far too good looking as well, you two. That's my big issue with you two. far too good looking. Calendar, Craig Easdale, Cricket Ireland media manager, looking after the team. Is that stylishly driven by Zadran, the full face of the bat beats.
This isn't the worst ball, do you know that? He's bowling to his field here, quarter four. Heritage diving, look at the style there, right on the top, hits down into the ground with decent pound. He would have spoken about three batters in particular, Tim Tector, Stephen Doheney and also Chris de Freitas. The batters of Andy Balbirnie, Paul Stirling, Kate Carmichael, the top three, and maybe you would have thought they'd change. So great start that from Curtis Camphor.
Now, that's actually hit him outside the line. Atal's got him, and Atal fortunate to survive. Leg byes given.
This was a classic case of not watching.
This is worked into the leg side. Good shot. He's going to find the gap and we'll find four right up to him. The ball over pitched by Hoey again. That breeze behind his back now.
Change up here at the back of the hand now. But Fuller again, like you said, it was
good hand from the young leg spinner. 19 have been bowled, 120 for one. Afghanistan is about.
Think about the back end. If they've got wickets in hand, it's looking like it could be big. But the reason why we love one down to now
for the wickets fall. And with strokes like that, there's not going to be many wickets falling. Atal is so elegant. Again, one of the shots of the day. Outstanding batting.
It's the trust he has on the outside half of the bat, ever so slightly, but mid off, extra cover in. There's a man in the deep in cover, so there's no.
One of the real concerns for Ireland is their recent record against Afghanistan.
Excellent fielding, Harry Tector. That's one of the pitches.
Well, for me, when as a small person, and people say a tall person misfield.
This one a little wider, and looking to go after it is Atal.
That's exactly what I was talking about, and it's actually not Curtis Camphor who's at fault. It's just good batting from a down, just to change the length a little bit, gets him that much closer to the ball. And while he didn't get great contact, I could see Lorcan Tucker and Harry Tector talking about not to get it in the ankle, didn't he? So all happening, telling though where the boundaries are, almost all leg side, just the one boundary in the offside. So it tells you.
A little too full from Harry Tector to start. Zadran's two balls, so it's very even splits, as they would call it in the running world. It's powerfully played, but there's a fielder there. And Callets is riding the rope on the offside.
Field. So if he can get you to hit the ball to his mid-wicket or his extra cover.
Fielding feats as well. I think the cash to dismiss Joss Butler in the T20 series against England. Very nicely fielded. Hit firmly. That's
perfect example, wasn't it? A nice shot, but he's managed to get it hit.
And that is massive.
It's just hitting a ball that's there to hit into the shortest boundary towards the clubhouse there. It's only about 57.
Looks to go again down on one knee, but this time he's driven it relative Markader. So 10 off the first.
A little bit wide and kind of slapped down the ground, making sure to beat Markader. He's in mid-off. He's quite wide.
Beautiful bowling. The breakthrough finally comes short of a half century.
Well, maybe this is Harry Tector, what he's done there. 45 from 50 deliveries with 4 fours and 1 6 in it. And
at the 25th over. No, not much sharp. Shorter, toe in, doesn't carry back to Markader.
You tried really, could you? It was high skill to be able to snooker cue it back to the bowler there, but he's living on
Just punched down the ground for one.
If the rest of their bowlers here will be interesting to watch now. Obviously John Moondra got the early wicket.
Powerfully pulled, short of length, and is going to get just getting the touch stuck early. Can often chew up some dots at the beginning of his innings. He's done exactly.
You know, to threaten the sort of deep square leg and deep fine leg there, which is
just before that boundary, Ed. the last 5 overs. These remaining overs, as that's tickled away, that'll get to the rope 4 more. But done never
Overs gone. You're used to playing T20 potentially, and you know you've got to wait for your turn to come back on. The skipper
edged away quite fine and is going to get to the rope. A little bit unfortunate here for
new bowler coming on, Curtis Camphor, to put the new bowler under pressure, but we were just.
And that's a glorious stroke. So elegant. Ramachar, you'll get good run much straighter than that from the moment it left the bat head.
Yeah, it was really classy shot.
But it's going to be an interesting time. I think the Milan era, that Gary Wilson and the entire backroom staff, which I believe is going to probably remain the same or similar for the moment, events where there'll be the 2 groups of 6, and then
it was the end of a very long tournament.
In the air, and is going to get enough of it, hitting with the wind to get it up first boundary after the drinks break.
I think the sort of greasy outfield did for Cade Carmichael there. He's very, very good.
Chipped in the air and straight to Cade Carmichael, who holds on. And Camphor, well, the simplest of chances. The drinks break works.
Who isn't the tallest man in the world, but a very comfortable chap. Yeah, just a bit of a nothing shot. I think the shot was on in play.
For Afghanistan, they'll be directly into the World Cup now. Would you read into that and agree with it? About 100 off the last 12 is what Afghanistan.
When he could have bowled in a few overs' time with an extra fielder outside, but maybe that's the.
Slog sweep comes out, there's a fielder there, and the break in play has brought him out the wickets. Bout does find a very well deserved wicket for Gavin Hoey, and great reward for Paul Sterling's positive captaincy, bringing him back into the attack.
Paul Sterling ahead of possibly more established players and given a role out there, and he's got a wicket that he really set to bowl in the last 10, but let's see if he does. It's a lovely shot, that.
Yeah, that's special from Ormond's side. It's a very promising set. Are you expecting a run?
We're going to put you in here and see how you go and give him a run. I think that's the right thing to do. You change a.
Ormond side does get a grip of him down the ground. Good shots. 5 fielders allowed outside the circle now. It's 227 for 4. Good effort from the diving Harry Tector, but they'll get through.
Hell for leather here with 9 overs left in the innings and 6 wickets to play with, and also a few guys left.
Of innovation.
Smashed. This time gives himself a little bit of room, and then who was standing him long off.
Stayed still, said, right, I actually have the power to. If I.
This one though was beautifully struck. Almost like this one plays it on the ground, but he's hit it finely enough, I think, to.
Not too long ago, when West Indies women made use of this particular avenue down towards the.
That is Fuller. This one a little more interested in the finger. Lorcan Tucker looked more interested, certainly. Jai Mundra, again the turnaround and polite inquiry, but
given out 33 from 24. Bright start from him, 3 4s and 2 6s, but kept relative. Throws the bat at it, and yeah, it does look like it's hit the bat. You can see the revolutions changing.
Oh, the edge is there, and it's just wide of Ben Khalid's. Very close. Really, Black just wants to get this chip.
Gets it really high on the bat, actually, and I think this has gone all the way from.
This is hammered high, but straight to the man.
This seemed to hold in the surface, didn't it? He was waiting for that for a while. Probably should have been put on them. Not being able to find the boundary as well as they go for Afghanistan. 265 for 6 now.
As he tries to look for the big one, but it goes nowhere. And a good catch. That's very.
That challenge mark there of the crowd chanting for Rashid Khan back end. 267 for 7.
You always talk about momentum.
Khan very good at clearing the front leg and going leg side. You don't want to give him length, and just quietly, that's brilliantly judged.
More like it from Shahidi. Pumped down the ground, just a little shuffle down the crease. These are valuable.
At the back end, have a look how full that is, and he's just sweating on that.
He's definitely added power in recent years, and that's a fine stroke.
He'd be a bowler. 26 he'd gone for in the previous.
A little bit in that last over too.
I just think the plans weren't the right plans for Shahidi, where he.
just whirls away at it, and he's going to pick up more than that. He'll pick up a cup. Tardy piece of running. Shahidi's got home comfortably, and that was a shocking piece of running. Really edged away. That'll be 4. Real misfortune for McDonough.
Let's have a look and see what we think. Yeah. Maybe he didn't want to get it.
They need 2 to get to 300. And they're so well. Ireland high fives all around. Congratulations for the debutant.
It looked like he could never get him out. He kind of got himself out.
Actually, Ibrahim Zadran and City colour towel when they were going. Gerb has.
Well, welcome back to Breedy Cricket Club in Mara Mason, where it's the best one-day international bowler in the world in Rashid Khan in the lineup as well, plus Ghazanfar, who's he comes in with a decent bit of form as well. He scored his maiden T20 century.
I reckon this is an intriguing matchup on my side. Strength of Paul Sterling on my side.
But he's got a host of 90s as well against Afghanistan in one-day international. Beautifully played. Sterling, as he so often does, stroking one beyond the ropes.
But a little bit fuller, and he knows that he can.
This time he picks the gap. It doesn't have all of it, but it should.
And he got a second bite at the apple. And this time you could see him kind of close the face, maybe because it was wider, but
little width and spots the gap. Ireland 14 without loss.
You can just see the movement back for Balbirnie at the lap.
Oh, and that's going to be Gurbaz.
Son came in, beat Andy Balbirnie all up, but there's that
left alone.
To see that, usually you get bowlers who spend enough time, if you get it
edged, but it's a thick enough edge to beat the slip cordon, and it's
one slip out. Would this have gone straight to that second slip? Defensive, and when an opportunity comes, feel they're not there to take it.
Chips one, and he's taken his third over. Almost eye strikes, and Ireland 24 for 1.
Well, the dot balls first
picks the gap beautifully, and that'll go all the way to the boundary.
And slightly full, anything full, Andy Balbirnie's going
to be wide. Was I straying down leg here? Wider, he chases it, and this will go to the boundary as well. 6.
But there to be was wide. Carmichael, having worn one, manages to.
This one, Cade Carmichael.
Well, Cade Carmichael of old, anyway, when he's coming around, if they've done their homework on him and feel like that's a weakness they want to exploit.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's that gap that causes him problems.
Winston next to hit him. Oh, might have been going down leg, but
there's been an awful fire that was going down leg side, but Cade Carmichael needs to be careful not.
Well, they'll
loosener. It was a bit fuller than you'd expect, but the 2 deliveries since
that's worked away beautifully, using the pace, and that'll run away for 4.
Can keep that head from falling over, gets the bat down in quick time.
Dug in short, but that's going to be wide.
Too, isn't it? The pain of catching the ball.
Shorter again. There's space there, worked away, and it's
coming off there. It does add a little bit more than you'd think to the equation, but a lovely shot there from Cade Carmichael. This odd angle, and beautifully put away by Carmichael.
Really controlled pull shot, which is aspect of this, is that square driven now by Carmichael. As Safi is tickled away in the corner. Boundaries.
A flat pitch here, it is very hard to defend, and when we saw Afghanistan bat, it was beautiful shot there from Andy Balbirnie, just swivelling on a pull, a little bit back
to the other side of that river. County Donegal, and of course you got the hills of Derry all around us as well. End of the 11th, 60 spin between Rashid Khan and Ala Mohammed Ghazanfar.
I'd be shocked if it wasn't 20 overs from these two guys. I'm really in. So yeah, it's
pulled just out of reach of the mid-wicket fielder, who sprawls, and big difference between the two ends here at Brady.
For sure. Interesting that Ghazanfar only bowled 1 over. I mean,
as this is a top edge and may well go all the way. This is turning into an expensive over. Suppose he gets good reward for taking that risk. Pretty poor delivery.
Some offies at half time, we were like, I'm not sure we're going to see those, but we might if this continues. It really, and we played a ton against them. That's another one.
It's going to be 6 more, and this is turning into an over of
hit the top of the stumps, because really they're pretty much 2 top edges. I'm not.
And it just looks to me like he's lost all rhythm. The run-up seems to have gone completely. You'd imagine another short ball, hooked away again along the ground. And that'll be 4 more.
And a bit and over to 7 and over in 1 over. Safi won't be on at that point, because Ghazanfar only bowling 1 over, and then Safi coming back up.
Oh, now edged and taken. And the breakthrough does come from Rashid Khan. But Rashid Khan, you cannot keep him out of the game. He strikes in his 2nd over, and it's the big wicket too of Andy Balbirnie.
For both teams.
Your Pashto not as good as your English, then, Ed?
No, it's not. No, it's shot very well, but it looks like Ireland have almost decided not to play the sweep shot. Beautiful shot down the ground from Lorcan, took her straight past the bowler for great shot.
8 off the over so far with the ball. Fuller, and hits into the gap. It'll be 1 bounce 4.
And he played pretty well in the 2 T20s against India, and he's brought that form in here on a very
shorter this time. Lorcan Tucker doesn't quite time it, but he's gone for 39 from his 4 after 23. Ireland 130.
Gone for 4. You know, I don't know why he's still persisting with that, because it's actually playing into the Ireland.
Oh, that is quick. It's darted in towards the pads.
I think that's actually run out. Lorcan Tucker was searching for I have no idea who the fielder was, because Atal, the fielder, had the.
The one aspect that does count in their favour is that they've got the extra batter in this.
Well, once it's under kind of 70, if there is a
short, uppish, and gone. Good fortunate end of Cade Carmichael. Does that spell imminent for 7 in his first 4 balls? Carmichael gone for a very well played
field set, chases that one, and no control over it. In fact, if he'd committed to the shot.
Shorter, cut away, beats the fielder, goes for 4.
And with the 2 really top class spin.
It's the infielder, and it'll go for 4.
It wasn't that wide. It's the angle that he's created as a left.
Enjoys using pace of the bowler. 62 for 5. Again, something that Comfort does incredibly well. Looks to get underneath it, and that's out of the park, and that's probably
proclivity to hitting to this exact area. Don't worry about my front foot, he says. I'm just going to get that out of the way, because
that he's conceded, and already 15 from the over.
This one's edged away. The runs continue to come.
That innings and this innings, it's difficult to deal with, because there are very specific boundaries that you lay down.
More runs, and it's going to race to. There's a left-hander at the crease, because Kalitz is taking Safi apart.
And, you know, really caused too many problems. It's really been the Rashid Khan show who's.
And that's going to be number 6. Sensational, sublime, just superb ODI career. And I'll tell you one thing, Ed, you will not see a better
Khan. We've said his name so many times now. I almost get sick of saying it, but he's just so good. He's been so good for a long Cups. He's played so many games, and still some people, you know, lots about.